So I'll be honest, I got the OnePlus 7T just to do a review on it. I wasn't really expecting anything good to come out of it. I mean, that sounds bad, but I don't know, you guys know what I mean. I didn't do an unboxing video simply because there are already hundreds of them out there, but I am going to do a first impressions because there's only one mark that can do that, and that's me. So this is my first impressions of the OnePlus 7T. First things first, the build quality. How's this phone look? The back of the phone is frosted glass, which leaves very minimal fingerprints as opposed to regular glass, but you can still see the fingerprints, for example, as opposed to the frosted glass on the Pixel 4 XL. The rear also contains the camera housing, and all I gotta say is it's the weirdest camera housing that I've held, but it's not that bad. There are obviously 3 cameras here, an ultra wide, a telephoto, and a wide. Moving on to the sides of the phone, it follows that same blue color as the back, and it's nice and curved, so it fits your hand like a glove. On the bottom, you have the bottom firing speaker, the USB-C jack, and the SIM card slot. On the right side, you do have the power button and my most favorite Android feature, the toggle for mute, vibrate, and ring. This damn thing is so useful. I have no idea why no other Android phones implement this, and I'm not entirely sure if no other Android phone has this because there are hundreds of Android phones out there. But at least from the ones that I've used, I don't think any other ones have that little toggle. People need to implement it because this thing is way more useful than opening up your phone and then putting it on vibrate, whatever, and whatever. It's just easier to flip a toggle. So OnePlus, good job. On the left side, you do get the volume controls, and that's pretty much it. After turning on the phone and playing with it a little bit, I have to admit this 90 Hz panel is butter. And I have to say, comparing it to the Pixel 4 XL, because that's the only other 90 Hz panel that I have, this is way more consistent because when 90 Hz is on, it's on. That's it. Very simple, straightforward, bada boom, bada bing. Tom's your uncle. But on the Pixel, you don't even know when it's at 90 Hz. In fact, if you never even heard of developer options, which many average consumers, they don't know, you have to click the build number 5 times to activate developer options. So the average consumer isn't gonna do that. So the adaptive 90 Hz on the Pixel, it works very aggressive. The brightness has to be between here, and then the ambient light has to be just right there. It's like a mathematical equation. Google, I know Google is fixing this soon, but at least at the moment, that's the case. So 90 Hz on the OnePlus, it just works, man. You turn it on, mwah, and you're flying through butter. I mean, not through butter, that's weird. I should have said you're slicing through butter. Yeah, that would make more sense. The screen, fantastic. Playing games on it is silky, buttery smooth. Damn it, there we go again with that butter. Movies look fantastic. Everything about the screen is just wow. It's perfect. Face unlock is super fast, but also super insecure, but I don't care. Listen, man, not once in my life has anybody tried to use my finger on the fingerprint sensor to unlock my phone back when fingerprint sensors were the thing. No one's ever used my phone to face unlock me. It's not really a problem for me. If it is for you, just use a PIN code or use the fingerprint sensor on this phone. At least you got options. But face unlock is stupid quick. Just check this out. The phone's off, right? Check this out. What? Yo, let's try this again. Is this even real? And just to prove that it works, or just to prove that it actually has face unlock enabled, I'm gonna block my face. And I'm gonna see if you guys can see this. See? And then watch. Now the fingerprint sensor on this device is also bloody quick. Not secure, but again, I'd rather have quickness than to, not be consistent like the one on the Samsung Galaxy devices and any other ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. But this one is super quick. Again, look. It just unlocks, it doesn't care. It's like, who are you? I don't know, but I'm gonna unlock the phone anyway. Now, after taking a few pictures using the main lens, I'm happy to say that they look great. No longer does it look like a cheap phone. they actually put in a lot of time and effort into the camera on this phone. Oh, and after using the Pixel 4 XL for a little over a week now, I'm so happy that the ultra wide is on here. You just can't replicate an ultra wide photo. No, don't tell me you do a panoramic shot. That's no, that's not the same whatsoever. Panoramic does this. Ultra wide does this. Big difference. The ultra wide photos on this phone look great. Nothing's wrong with them. They maybe are a little bit too contrasty, but overall they look fine. I mean, for the price of this phone, I really cannot even complain. The same thing goes for the telephoto lens. Phones these days are just becoming so good for taking photos that it almost doesn't even matter which phone you pick if you want great looking photos. For $600, 128 gigs of storage, 8 gigabytes of RAM, Snapdragon 855 Plus, and a crazy fast charger in the box, this phone is very hard to say no to. Now, it may not be as premium as the OnePlus 7T Pro and the T Pro McLaren edition, but they have curved panels, and I don't know. I don't really like curved displays. They're good to look at sometimes when you're watching maybe movies. It looks like you're holding just a display. It doesn't even look like you're holding a frame. But in terms of functionality, I prefer a flat display. Maybe that's why I like this phone so much, as opposed to the OnePlus 7 Pro that I had earlier on in the year. Now, the battery life on this phone seems good. I mean, I've only been using it for 2 days now, so I can't really comment too much. But I am getting just a little over 6 hours of screen on time. And again, I've said before, anything over 5 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time, I think is acceptable. And I'm getting over 6 hours with 90 hertz turned on. So that's fine by me, and it's only gonna get better because the phone will recognize what I use more and it'll adapt the battery. So it's, yeah, I'll leave a more in-depth update on the battery in about a week. Now, I did mention warp charge, and again, this thing is just stupid quick, man. Like yesterday I woke up, the battery was at 17% because I didn't charge it overnight, I forgot. So I went to go brush my teeth, I went to the kitchen to brew up some coffee. Bro, I came back like, I don't know, 15 minutes later, maybe not even 15, a little less than that, I think. And the thing was already over 55% of battery. What? Like, that's crazy. I mean, Warp Charge 30T is definitely faster than Warp Charge 30 from the OnePlus 7 Pro that I've had. So far, my first impressions of this phone are fantastic, man. For $600, you get a huge deal. The one thing I do kind of already miss is no wireless charging. I mean, I do miss wireless charging, so yeah. You know, it's $600. Well, what am I gonna do? If it was $1,000 and didn't have wireless charging, I'd be like, quit your job, delete your company, you know. But for $600, you get the latest and the greatest Snapdragon 855 Plus, 8 gigs RAM, 128 gig storage, a 90 hertz panel. I mean, like, I'm good with that. Keep your wireless charging. I don't really care. But if I get all that for the price of $600, yeah, yes, please. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this first little impressions, kind of me talking about my kind of, well, first impressions of this phone. Who would have thought that, right? If you guys want speed tests, camera comparisons, and all that, subscribe. And if you haven't already, click the bell icon so you guys will be notified when a new video comes out. I will be comparing a lot of phones, the Pixel 4 XL, the OnePlus 7T, the Note 10 Plus, the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Oh my God, my wallet hates me. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, subscribe. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.